What's up, YouTube? Eric Kelly, aka the Tech Gentleman, bringing you guys another live stream. We had some big news drop today. The OnePlus 6T was revealed. We got all the specs that we thought were official, made official today, along with some nice surprises. Some of the things that we didn't know about, specifically in regards to pricing. Everybody, including myself, we thought it was going to be priced astronomically high, but luckily they had some nice surprises. So we'll get into that. Wait for a couple of people to get in. I'm going to share the link out a little bit more. 1 second. So we're going to give it a second here, sharing the link out. I'll see, and as you pop in, go ahead and represent in the comments so I can give you a shout out and appreciate you for showing up. And let me know if everything's coming in good, audio, video, all of that. Phone Tech at work, what's up, bro? I know you're excited for that 6T, man. It's going to be on T-Mobile. Finally coming to America. What up, Will? Yeah, man, OnePlus killed it for sure, man. Twice the specs at half the cost. They're still killing it, even bringing it to America. And then they got the nerve to come to America and make their phone almost impossible not to get half off at T-Mobile, man. At T-Mobile, man. So Phone Tech said he got the Phone Tech at work says he got the event now, so I know he's gonna be probably want to get one of those cool little book bags. That's what's up. If you got any invites, shoot them this way. Appreciate that. Big dog in the house, what's up, bro? Yeah, man. I had to hop on the stream after this event, man. I hadn't been doing them, but I might be sacrificing lunch today to discuss this. Will D said, right, they taking every trade. Yeah, man, if you got a 5-year-old OnePlus, if you have the original OnePlus One and you on T-Mobile, they'll give you $300 for it. Even if you got a Nexus 6 that came out in 2014, walk into T-Mobile, they'll give you $300 towards a OnePlus 6T. That's a big deal, man. That's a lot of confidence and faith they have in their products. To take, those are L's. There's no way they're going to get that money back, right? I know they had to work out something with T-Mobile to do a deal like that, but I mean, those prices, sheesh. The phone starts at $529, man. Now, I don't know. Obviously, I don't think that T-Mobile's going to have every variant. So, they go from $539 up to, I think it said like $630 or something like that for the 256 gig with 8 gig of RAM. I doubt T-Mobile's going to have every one of those SKUs, especially in each color. So it'd be interesting to see if T-Mobile's maybe going to have the variant that costs like $600 and not the $529 one. And that way, when you get the $300 off, that's half off. And if that's the only one they have. But yeah, man. So just do a quick rundown, and the specs are actually very similar to what we got before. You got the base model now starting out at 128 gigs. There's no more 64 gigs. That's cool. That should be the standard, especially for these phones that are hitting over $1,000. 128 gigs should be the minimum, right? So 128 gig on the base model starting at $530. It also comes with 6 gig of RAM. You got a 6.41 inch AMOLED screen, still doing the full HD plus. I had a OnePlus 6. The screen looked great. It's probably the best full HD screen I've seen. Also, you got the dual cameras on the back. You've got a 3700 milliamp hour battery now this go around. You have the in-display fingerprint sensor, which is a big deal. They're the first company to bring an in-display fingerprint sensor to the US. So the US is finally going to get some of that love. I'm happy that they're able to bring that to us, because I know next year any device that comes from Samsung or any of the major OEMs is going to cost a ridiculous amount of money, and they're bringing this to you for $530 starting out. So big kudos to OnePlus for that. Some of the downsides, so we do lose the headphone jack, but they did say that they went and upgraded the DAC that comes in the Type-C port now, so you should be getting pretty good audio out of the Type-C port. And they also added more bands. I think they support like 42 different bands, so if you're GSM, you'll probably be able to get this phone and pop in your SIM and get pretty much full coverage from your carrier, especially here in the US. Like I say, some of the other notes, they did say they improved the camera. That was, for me, the biggest shortcoming. The camera held up in most situations, but usually whenever the lighting got funny, got a little dark, got a little dim, the autofocus had trouble finding the subject, so it was harder to get crisp photos, when you were indoors or in kind of lower light settings. They say they've addressed that, and I know that was one of the few complaints with the OnePlus 6. I mean, outside of that, it was great. We know they're coming back with, an even better version of the speed you need as far as the slogan and all of that stuff. So what they're doing now for certain games, I don't know if you'll be able to just pick and choose which apps do this. They're actually going to store games on the RAM. Now, if you don't know, RAM is drastically faster. That's your memory. So whenever you're looking at your phone specs, you have two numbers usually. You have I guess we'll call it a hard drive, what most people are used to. That's where you store your photos and your pictures, and when you install games and apps, that's normally where they're stored. Usually that storage is, sorry about that, I had a spam call come in, but usually the other number, usually a single digit. In the case of the OnePlus 6T, it's that 6 gigabyte or 8 gigabyte number. That's your RAM, random access memory. That's going to be the fastest storage on the phone. It's going to be drastically faster than your main storage. Normally, you don't store actual applications there. Normally, applications just store things that they need to run in RAM. The fact that they're going to be storing actual applications here, that's going to be game changing. One number that they threw out in the keynote, they said that, what's up, Tech for your knees in the building? What's going on, bro? But yeah, one number they threw out was PUBG. They said PUBG will load 20% faster when it's running from RAM than it does from the normal internal storage. Now, I'm not positive what storage OnePlus is using. I don't know if they're using the UFS 2.0 or 2.1. I don't know if they're using the fastest available or not. I have to check and see. But either way, that's still going to be faster than whatever storage you'd be running your game from. So in PUBG terms, 20% faster meant the game loaded 8 seconds faster, which is significant. A lot of times people do speed tests and things are like a hair quicker, maybe a whole second quicker on one device or one configuration. 8 seconds is a significantly long time in phone terms, right? That's a big deal. But yeah, man, I love to hear what you guys think about it. Uno Nice in the building. What's going on? Appreciate you for stopping through, man. Just chopping it up about this OnePlus 6T that just launched. For stopping through, man. Just chopping it up about this OnePlus 6T that just launched, and the fact that it's finally coming to America. It's coming on T-Mobile, but it's not a bad thing because T-Mobile isn't afraid to do things to shake stuff up, like allowing them to trade in any phone damn near and get half off. What's up, baby? Ashley in the building. That's my wife. Technically T, what's going on, bro? Appreciate you for stopping through. Like I said, we're just chopping it up about this OnePlus 6T. Like I said, I'm sacrificing lunch today to discuss this guy, man, because I feel like this is gonna be a killer, man. I feel like LG, I feel like HTC, anybody but Samsung and Apple, this phone is gonna put them on notice basically the rest of this year. Like, it don't even matter. Says, Tech for Your Needs says, am I going to get one? So I've been looking for a second phone. I've got the Note 9, and I'm loving this phone so far, but I need two phones just to kind of create content for the channel and also kind of do things. If I want to make a video about the Note 9, I need something else to produce content with. Take videos, take pictures. And every phone that I've been interested in, usually it's been like the P20 Pro or the Mate 20 Pro, they don't do 4K 60. For me, that's my new standard, right? 4K 60 gives you a lot of flexibility. They don't have that. I'm definitely going to see what I can do. If I can figure out some way to get that half off deal, if I can get a OnePlus 6T for like $300, that would be amazing, right? But I'm not on T-Mobile, so I'm gonna have to see, man. Let's see. Uno Nice says, I like the phone and price, but OnePlus customer service is not my cup of tea. They suck. Well, I think that's also going to change because with them having an American presence now, like officially, not just selling and shipping in America, but actually having the presence here, a place you can walk into and get service. They're going to have some sort of warranty in America now. I know in the past they've always done a warranty kind of after the fact, and it's kind of had some hoops you had to jump through. But T-Mobile can't sell a phone that they don't support. That is, if you buy a OnePlus from T-Mobile, that is a T-Mobile phone, right? So T-Mobile's going to have to support it, going to have to fix it, repair it, give you a refurbished one or whatever. So that should drastically improve their customer support from just an ability to provide you support in America. Let's see what else. Will D said this is going to be phone of the year. It's going to be hard to beat, man. I'll say that for real. See, Technical T says that's facts, right? Def about to shake up the industry with that price point. Yeah, man. So if you just do a comparison, right? An iPhone XS Max starts out at $1,100, right? The base model of the OnePlus 6T, and this has been always, kind of OnePlus's claim to fame, drastically cheaper with as good or better than flagship specs. But this year, if you take $1,100 and you buy a OnePlus, you'll get change back. Like you can buy two OnePluses and get change back from what it would cost you to get a base XS Max. And the specs on the base XS Max, you get 64 gigs of storage and you get 4 gigs of RAM. You're getting double that on the OnePlus. And it's not even just a spec thing, right? So there have been phones that have come out with crazy specs, but they made other compromises, either in the build quality, build materials, display tech, features, top-notch displays, great cameras, and things like that. The camera was really the only kind of compromise I could find that, day in, day out, it was pretty good, but that would be the only thing I would kind of hit up against where it's like, it's not as good. Let me grab my Note or something like that. But if they've improved the cameras like they said, they have a kind of a dark mode or a low light mode called Nightscape that's supposed to use basically like some multiple exposure stitching to get you better results in low light. If that works out, man, I mean, I don't really know what the compromise would be because there are things that I miss about it. The speed and reliability. It's a phone that you pick it up and you just do whatever you want to do. There is no best way to do it. You don't pick it up, like you don't get a OnePlus and you're like, okay, I need to figure out how to turn these things off or, figure out how to make it faster. It's buttery smooth out the box. See, Andrew Stud says, I want a OnePlus 6T for Christmas. All right, Mama Stud, you heard the man. Let's get him OnePlus 6T for Christmas. Let's see, Uno Nice says true, but we shall see. Unfortunately, no T-Mobile service in my rural country area. AT&T or Verizon only here. So the thing is, I don't know if they're going to be selling a T-Mobile specific SKU or not. I'd have to see, because I can only imagine, right? If you trade in, if you have like the devices they were talking about, like a Galaxy S6, Nexus 6, any of the OnePlus devices from the past 5 years, and you get half off. I feel like that $300 price point is going to bring down the resale value in a OnePlus 6T because they've never been able to do that before in the past, really. Usually you're getting it from OnePlus and you're paying full price. So that price integrity was always locked in. But I also don't know, like I said, I don't know if they're making a T-Mobile specific one where you don't have the other GSM bands, right? So you buy AT&T one, you buy a T-Mobile one as long as it's paid off. I would be shocked if you popped in the AT&T SIM and you didn't get most of the bands, right? Because they're advertising the bands. I think they said they have 42 bands as being kind of one of the selling points because it is going to be available, around the world and have like the most support anywhere. So if that's the case, picking up a cheap one on Swapper after somebody buys it and, you know, I don't know, decides they want to go back to their old phone or something like that, they didn't really, pay that much for it out the gate. So I see the resale kind of going down. Let's see. Android Stud says you can buy 2 Poco phones for the price of a OnePlus 6T, or buy 2 OnePlus 6T for the price of an iPhone XS Max. That's true, man. I'll say this: you pick up that Poco phone, though, they're going to be blatant and obvious compromises, right? So, it is what it is, though. It depends on I guess who you're marketing to, right? Because there's certain people that wouldn't touch a Poco phone with a 10-foot pole, especially if they're living their iPhone XS Max life. Let's see. One night says I'm more than likely just going to roll with the 3XL. 3XL is solid, especially the cameras on it. Google did a good job of bumping up everything, hardware wise, build wise, screen wise, definitely. It's a big phone though. It's kind of big and wide. It's weird. I think the OnePlus 3, not OnePlus 3. I think the Pixel 3 is actually probably a sleeper, man. That's a pretty good device. Andrew Stud says Brooklyn Don. What else? Take for Your Needs says OnePlus 6T with 120 hertz refresh rate on the screen would be a killer feature. I think anything with 120 hertz refresh rate on the screen would be awesome. That's kind of the one saving grace for the Razer phone, man. Like, you pick it up, everything else they basically were lazy on, because they literally bought the folks that made the Robin phone or whatever, and they literally copy and pasted their design, didn't make any sort of improvements as far as ergonomics or anything like that, but they put their screen on there, and as soon as you use it, that's, for me, for a phone to be or have a selling feature, it's something I have to miss when I leave it. And whenever I play with a Razer phone, after messing around with that 120 hertz display, going back to 60 hertz, and on some phones it's even worse because the UI is dropping frames and stuff. It's rough, man. Yeah, so yeah, I agree. 120 hertz display on there would be killer. Will D says yeah, resale going to crash. Says a OnePlus One is $195 now on Swapper. Yeah, man, OnePlus One, and that's still great value. That's a 5-year-old phone. Granted, it got 6 gig of RAM, but the SoC on it, there's no compromising or no getting over that. It is what it is. See, Munchie says T-Mobile OnePlus 6T model is single SIM, while the unlocked version is dual SIM compatible. Also, if you finance the device from T-Mobile, you will be unable to unlock the bootloader until you pay it off. And that's par for the course. T-Mobile is pretty good about making you pay that bill before you can start putting in any other SIMs from any other carriers. So I'd be interested if there's a way you can walk in and pay the device off and still get the $300 off. I'm almost positive they'll make you do the monthly installments or whatever, but we'll see. See, Will D says they're going to raise the price because of the trade-in. It says all the phones eligible for that trade-in, people are going to raise their price on Swapper. Oh, are you talking about the actual phones that trading in, like the Galaxy S6 or Nexus 6? Will? Because it's several phones they had on the list where it'd be cheaper to go on Swapper, buy the phone, and then trade it in towards the 6T instead of just paying the difference, paying the full price for the 6T. Because I know a S6 hadn't aged that well in price. That's a 3-year-old Samsung device. Will D says, yeah, because everyone's going to be looking for them on Swapper. Yeah, that's true. I don't know, though. The people selling have to be kind of up on game as far as their trade-in deal and knowing that they can get, some money off. Some more money for those devices. Because, if you got a Nexus 6, what are those really going for? Like $100, maybe? I don't know. I'm curious, though, because they listed specifically the Nexus 6 and like another Motorola phone I wonder if they're gonna do any other Nexus devices, like a 6P maybe. I don't know. If they are, I'm already got my device that I'll be trading in. See, Will says, yeah, they're gonna raise what they selling it for now. OnePlus One sold for 90. Now they got one for 195. Yeah, I mean, there are a couple people out there, man. If you've been collecting phones over the years, you got a couple just sitting around, man. I mean, if you got a couple phones that qualify for that, you take one up there, get you 300 off, throw the other one up, and get more money than you ever would have gotten for it if you would have just, sold it on Swapper before now. So I can see that being a strategy that people might have. But yeah, man. So these are just, some of my thoughts on the OnePlus 6T. See, Uno Nice says, I go to Cellulocker website and get all my phones semi-locked. Says they are good, solid, reliable company. That's true. Now, are you unlocking phones that possibly haven't been paid off yet? Like if you have a T-Mobile phone that's still, sim-locked due to payments, are they unlocking those? Or just sim-unlocking phones, any phone you get? Will D coming through with the super chat, man. I appreciate it, bro. That's what's up, man. Will D showing love at lunchtime, man. That's lunch money. Could have got you change back from a 4 for 4. But he decided to donate to your boy, man. I appreciate that, Will. Always supporting Team 100 in the building. I appreciate that. But yeah, man, that was one thing that I liked about Verizon. Not that they were cheap or not that they gave you any money back, but all their phones were semi-locked for the past 2 or 3 years. So it made moving between phones and devices and also selling them pretty easy, because if you had another SIM, as long as the phone had the hardware in it to support that carrier, you could just pop your SIM in it, and you could rock out like that. I know next year Verizon is supposed to be going to full LTE. So now, if you have a phone that's compatible with voice over LTE, they'll do calls, text, and data over LTE. But once you drop down to a non-LTE area, they'll actually drop you down to CDMA. But next year they're supposed to start fading out CDMA. So Verizon will basically be going full GSM. I know they still have some things with phones having to be certified on their network to where you can use them, but them being full GSM is going to be a big deal. It's going to free up Verizon a lot, because right now Verizon phones are high because you can only use them on Verizon. Right? If I got a Verizon phone, you got to come to me to get it. You can't just use any phone. There's not any competition. So I'm looking forward to that. And I make Verizon phones viable too. Like I said, they're semi-locked already. Ted for Your Needs says CDMA is out the door. Yep. And they're going to be taking Sprint right along with them. Thank goodness. Uno Nice says, yep. Unlike my Galaxy Note 8, AT&T, and the Galaxy S7 Edge I bought from T-Mobile, neither phone was paid off at the time I unlocked them. Boom. Yeah, you're right about that, man. Like I say, I know T-Mobile is real good about locking them phones down. What's going on with the autofocus? Yeah, T-Mobile's pretty good about locking the phones down and making sure that people pay. But if you got a way around that, man, that makes it viable, because T-Mobile phones tend to be pretty cheap on Swapper. I know whenever I was looking at for a G7, and those pink G7s from T-Mobile, man, were everywhere on Swapper. I always had the best price. I don't know if they had like a buy one get one deal or what they came through, but yeah, they were everywhere. And they're pretty cheap, but it's T-Mobile, so I didn't want to take the risk of getting one that wasn't going to support my Cricket lifestyle right now. We rocking Cricket, which uses AT&T, and yeah, man, I'm liking it. I'm liking not being on the big carrier. When I said Cellulocker is the truth, folks. It sounds like it, man. For real. So, Uno Nice, what's the fee for them semi-locking the phone? I know that's probably going to be a decision maker for most people. kind of factor that into your purchase. You know, you buy the phone and you pay to have the SIM unlocked, or if it's just cheaper to get one that's compatible with your carrier already. You know. And shout out to everybody that stopped through. I know this was impromptu, not a lot of notice ahead of time, but like I said, OnePlus 6T dropped, and you know, they made a statement, man. Wow. So this is my first time. Shout out to Chicago. He is actually not hating on a phone directly. He said 6T is the truth, way better than Note 9. No, I'll disregard the Note 9 hate just for the fact that he actually said a phone is the truth. I don't know if I've ever heard this man compliment a phone before. Every phone's been trash and garbage, no matter what it is. That's got to be a first. I'm sure he'll correct me if it's not, though. But yeah, man. And that's ludicrous. Just to clear things up, though, it's not better than the Note 9. Note 9 can do things that pretty much no other phone can do. That's why I usually keep one on me at all times. Usually a Note is in my other pocket beside whatever, you know, whatever other phone I'm testing or you know, or using. Because you just can't replace it, man. You can't replace it right now. Especially since we got back to the essence of the Note with the Note 9. You know, big battery, big screen, you know, just no compromise this year, man. Base storage, 128 gigs. You know, the price was up there, but I mean, it was impossible to think that they're going to start selling a S9 Plus for like $900. And the Note 9 wasn't going to be more expensive, man. Oh, so Chicago he wants me to put some respect on his comment. He says, first off, he donated $5, and he said, no, it's not my first time complimenting the phone. It's just everything Samsung puts out is garbage. Well, I'll disagree. And it's a couple million other people that disagree as well, especially on the Note, man. You can debate the S9, you know, you can debate the S8 as far as price to value and all that stuff. But yeah, ain't no negotiating on the Note, man. It is what it is. It's in the category of its own. So you know, Nice says you give them your phone model, carrier, EMI, pay them, they email you the unlock code. You need a different SIM from the current carrier of the phone, put in the different SIM, and then enter the code. All right. But what about them dollars, though? What's it gonna cost you, you know? What's a regular unlock? Oh, hey, you got the tech lady going, man. She said my wife said Samsung does not put out garbage. And you're right. She's right, man. And I can say that because she's tried other phones. I tried to give her other phones, and she has legitimate reasons why you go back to a Samsung. There are things they have no other platform has, man. Samsung Pay, you know, for a while it's been the cameras, the display, you know, the build, the themes. You know, they've been leading the way with giving us, you know, a lot of these features that other Samsung OEMs and even Google has started picking up, for real. Let's see, Tech for Your Needs said, what is the price of the unlock? Yeah, man, I know that's what everybody's going to want to know. Will D says probably depends on the phone. I can imagine depends on the phone or the carrier you're going from and to and all that stuff. I'm just trying to get a ballpark just so I can wrap my head around it. I feel like probably like $25-30 or something like that. But I'm just guessing though. You know, I've never had to do that, so I'm not an expert on it. But yeah, man. This has been great. I'm out here in the parking lot, you know, trying not to start cooking in the car. Got the sun beaming in here for you guys. We've been going for about half an hour. This was an impromptu stream. I think we pretty much beat the OnePlus 6T to death. I know we discussed everything about it that I was, you know, interested and very pleased with from the keynote. The pricing, they're just so aggressive with their pricing, man. And then the value. They've done a very good job of kind of refining and focusing their, you know, what they put in their phone, providing it at a high level as far as quality and reliability, and then packaging it in a way to where it's affordable. You know, they don't There's really no fluff. I respect them. My baby says, awesome live stream. These are always fun. They are. I know y'all love them. I love them. I appreciate it. Oh, shout out to my homie, Jason. My boy's out there soaking up some sun in the DR. He stopped through. I don't know what it's costing him to view this live stream. I know data once you out the country is high as crap. What's up, bro? Uno Nice says price varies depending on the phone. Right now, if you have a Note 8 on AT&T, it's $25, but the Note 9 is around 40 or 45. Okay. All right, that's respectable. Oh, okay. So Jason's on T-Mobile. He says it's free for him out there. I forgot T-Mobile has some international roaming deals, and you get unlimited data in certain areas for free. It still pulls from your stateside plan. So that's what's up, man. Nothing wrong with free data. Well, not free, but data that doesn't cost you extra when you're out and about, man. That's what's up. But yeah, bro, go ahead and end this stream. Appreciate everybody for stopping through. Definitely appreciate the super chats, man. Much respect to y'all. Chicago, appreciate it. Will, appreciate it, man. But I'm going to get out here, and I'm going to go ahead and end this extended lunch break. Probably grab me a little snack or something before I go back. But appreciate y'all for stopping through, man. I'm going to talk to you guys next time. Peace.